Hello everyone, my name is Priyanshi Agarwal. Hope you all are well. Today I am going to talk about demand and supply issues in the market topic as how it works in a market. Here is the overview of my presentation. Firstly, what is demand? Demand is when the customers want to buy things at a low price and their demand will increase. But when the prices goes high, their demand will be decrease. There is two methods in a demand side. First is substitution effect. In this method, when the prices rises, people seek to another products because the first one is very highly cost product. They can't afford that product, and the demand goes to down of that product. And other one is income effect. In this effect, the prices goes very high and people cannot afford that product, so the demand of that product decreases. There are some terms which can define demand: demand schedule and demand curve. Demand schedule is refers to when the price and quantity demanded of a product shown in a table, while the demand curve shows when the relation between price and quantity demanded shown in a graphical way as a curve. As in a given table shows price when the price goes down and the quantity of demand will be increased, that 2, 4, 6, 8, and as a while the price 100, sorry, 1000 to 800, 800 to 600, 600 to 400. It shows the demand. As in a graphical curve, the demand increases as the price decreases. Variables that shift market demand. As first is income. There are two types of goods in this: normal goods and inferior goods. Normal goods, when the goods in which demand increases as the income also increases, and when the demand decreases as income falls also. While inferior goods are those in which demand increases and income falls, as demand decreases as income increases. Price of related goods. There are two goods: substitute goods, complementary goods. One good can take place another good for a similar purpose, while complementary goods are those which are used together in a market. Thirdly, tastes. When the customer can influence by a particular product and it is as according to their taste, it is essential for him. For example, they can buy things by by taking as a seasonal, trending and fashionable things. Fourthly, population and demographics. Population. As the number of people increases, the quantity demanded is also increased because they want more things. Demographics. It changes in the term of characteristics of a population with respect to age, race, and gender. It influences the demand for the goods. Fifthly, expected future prices. Customers can choose their products based on their expectations regarding their future prices relative to present prices. If the prices goes high in a future, they can purchase more things in a present. There are some graphical representations of a demand. As when the good is normal, the income increases, the demand curve also shift left to right. As demand 1 to demand 2, it shows increase. as because customers spend more income on that because these goods are very affordable for them. When the good is inferior, the income increases while the demand shows decrease as it shifts right to left because that products are very high costed for them. Thirdly, when the prices of substitute goods increases, the demand shift left to right as because customers can substitute their goods from the another one. When the price of complementary goods increases, the demand curve shifts right to left as it shows decreases because customers can't buy both the goods together because these goods are used together. As example, pen and ink. When the taste of goods or sim increases, the demand shifts left to right as it also increases because customers are willing to purchase that goods because it is very great quantity of that goods at every price. They like these products. When the population increases, the demand curve also increases. It shifts left to right because supplementary goods, example, in a great quantity demanded at every point of a price. When the expected price of goods in future rises, the demand also shifts left to right as it also increases because customers buy more inputs at every high point of the price in a future. A change in a demand versus a change in a quantity demanded. As change in a demand present a shift in a consumer desire to purchase a goods, irrespective of variation in its price. On the other hand, a change in a quantity demanded refers to change in a quantity of a product that buyers are willing and able to purchase, but this is caused by a change in a price. Supply. Supply is when all the firms supply the given goods and services to customers. It called the market supply. The law of market supply means the higher price of product, the higher price of quantity supply. Likewise, the lower prices of any product, the lower quantity supply. There are terms which define supply. Supply schedule refers to when the relationship between price and quantity of product shown in a table. On the other hand, supply curve refers to a curve as it shows the relationship between price and quantity supply of any product. In a given table, as price goes down, the quantity supply also goes down. As $1,000, the quantity supply of egg, and how it goes down 1000 to 800, 800 to 600, 600 to 400, and also the quantity supply decreases 8 to 6, 6 to 4, 4 to 2, or in a curve the supply also increases as the price increases. Variables that shift market supply. Firstly, prices of input. When the cost of input increases, the production also increases. As a result, the firm supplies less. Likewise, when the cost decreases, the production also decreases. But as a result of the firm supplies more products at every point of price. Secondly, technological change. It allows the firm to produce more outputs and products with the same number of inputs. Thirdly, price of substitutes in a production. When the price of substitute in a production increases, the supply of initial good decreases. On the other hand, the price of substitute production decreases, the supply of initial good increases, as it shows the negative relationship between each other. Fourthly, number of firms in a market. When the new enterprises start in a market, the supply increases. On the other hand, when the enterprises close down in a market, the supply decreases. Fifthly, expected future prices. If the firm expect the price of their products will increase in future, they can incentive decrease supply now. But on the other hand, if the firm expect the price of its product decreases, they can initiate that increases supply. There are graphical representation of supply. When the price of good increases, the supply curve shifts right to left as supply 1 to supply 2 because the cost of producing good increases. When the productivity increase, the supply shift left to right as supply 1 to supply 2 it shows increase because the cost of producing good decreases. When the price of substitute good increases, the supply shift right to left and it show decreases. When the number of firms enter in a market, it increases. The supply curve shift left to right as it also increases because the additional firms result in great quantity supply at every point of price. When the future price of a product increases, the supply shift right to left because less of good will be offered to take advantage of by avoiding high prices of products. A change in a supply versus a change in a quantity supply. A change in a supply refers a shift in an entire price quantity relationship that defines a supply curve. On the other hand, change in a quantity supply, it is a movement along the supply curve in response to change in its price. In this figure, it shows that A to B, it is a supply curve that change in a quantity supply due to change its prices. On the other hand, BC shift is a supply curve is a change in a supply due to change its quantity. Same price but the quantity of demand also increases. Market equilibrium. It is a state in which market demand and supply balance each other. In this figure, we can see when the demand and supply interact at a point market equilibrium and as $400 at an equilibrium price as 4 million of tablets per month as an equilibrium quantity. There are terms that is important for that topic as a surplus and shortage. When the quantity supply of a good is greater than quantity, it is surplus. On the other hand, when the quantity demanded is greater than quantity supply, there is shortage. As in this figure, the below arrow from 2 million to 6 millions, it shows the shortage. Or the above arrow from 3 million to 5 million, it shows the surplus. Effects of demand and supply on equilibrium. As first, increase in demand on equilibrium, as when the prices increases and quantity increases in this figure, the demand curve shift to right. On the other hand, when the effect of increase in supply, the prices go down, but the quantity increases and supply curve shift to right. Conclusion. As a conclusion, the demand and supply both are necessary to determine the equilibrium in a market. As they both are balanced, it is equilibrium. But if there is disequilibrium in a situation, the firm and economy should suffer. There are references for my presentation. Thank you. Have a nice day.